Hello and welcome to this week's Retail Reality Check, brought to you by IHL Group. I want to kick things off with a really crucial insight from some amazing IHL research called How Retail Leaders Outperform. It really digs into this idea that the most profitable retailers don't just invest in any technology, they invest in the right technology, the kind that directly drives financial outperformance. It's not about having the most tech, it's about making those strategic IT investments that deliver real results. So, keeping that idea of the right tech in mind, our top story this week is all about what might be the single most disruptive technology shaping retail right now, Agentic AI. And what's that? Well, these are AI systems that can actually act on a user's behalf, making decisions and completing tasks all by themselves. We are walking into an era where this kind of AI can complete a whole transaction for a customer who never even visits a retailer's website. And this creates a massive, fundamental question for the entire industry. If the AI is the new storefront, who really owns the customer relationship? Well, the answer everyone is converging on is this concept becoming the merchant of record. This just means the retailer is still the one who's ultimately responsible for that entire customer experience. And hey, this isn't just a theory. We're talking about major players like Google and OpenAI who are already building this principle directly into their AI protocols. At the NRF Big Show, we heard this directly from retail leaders. URBN CIO said it's critical that even if a purchase happens on Microsoft Copilot, the customer has to feel like they're buying from Anthropology. And Wayfair's CTO made a great point. AI platforms aren't equipped to handle returns for a giant sofa. The retailer has to own that. And Home Depot was crystal clear that their role starts all the way back at project research and goes right through to post-purchase support. And the stakes here are absolutely enormous. According to new data from Salesforce, AI influenced a staggering $262 billion in online sales this past holiday season alone. This isn't some future trend. It's happening right now. Now, what's really interesting about this data is the quality of the traffic coming from AI. Visitors who were referred by an AI search engine converted at a rate 9 times higher than those coming from social media. This signals a whole new kind of shopper, someone who has already done their homework with the AI and arrives highly motivated and ready to buy. And this just brilliantly illustrates the bottom line impact. Brands that deployed their own AI shopper agents on their sites saw 59% higher sales growth during the holidays compared to brands that didn't. Having your own agent is already becoming a real competitive advantage. Okay, so while AI is clearly a dominant force, it is not the only story. So let's dive into a lightning round of other major moves from across the industry to see how innovation is happening absolutely everywhere. First up, in the supply chain, Aldi is digitizing its entire Asian operations with Trade Beyond. The whole point is to reduce errors and centralize all those workflows. Over in luxury, Balenciaga is using what they're calling AI digital teammates. They're using them to automate merchandising and respond to market shifts in real time. Then you've got the youth retailer PacSun, which is enabling instant checkout right on AI platforms like Perplexity, and they're working with Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI to do it. In manufacturing, PepsiCo is using Siemens' AI digital twin technology to simulate and optimize its supply chain. And it's already increased their throughput by 20%. In food service, Five Guys has successfully processed over 1 million AI-driven orders. So now they're expanding their partnership with SoundHound AI for voice ordering. How about convenience? Dollar General has expanded same-day delivery to over 17,000 stores through new partnerships with DoorDash and Uber Eats. And in payments, this one's fascinating. Steak 'n Shake now routes all of its Bitcoin payments directly into a strategic reserve, essentially turning its point of sale into a treasury input. So that was a whirlwind, right? And it's just a tiny snapshot. The big takeaway is that the pace of change across every single part of retail is accelerating dramatically. If you want to understand the full context behind these headlines and see a ton of other news stories and over 40 more case studies, there's a much deeper story waiting for you. You can check out the full analysis, all the data, and the comprehensive research behind all this at www.ihlservices.com. And that brings us to our final thought for the week. As these AI agents become the new storefront, is your brand's voice really ready to speak for itself? Something to think about.
I'm terrified about the Abercrombie presentation because I don't have the right data to close the deal.
No problem. Just ask Greg AI.
This business plan is a nightmare.
I can't find reliable forecasts for the total available market.
That's easy. Just ask Greg AI.
This sounds nice, but where is the total available forecast?
I don't have it.
You don't know? Try Just Ask Greg AI.
Stop guessing. JustAskGreg.ai democratizes elite analyst services.
We use real-time, proprietary data that doesn't hallucinate or just make stuff up. It's intelligence you can trust.
Get the data. Close the deal. Visit JustAskGreg.ai today.
Don't forget to redeem your free month of JustAskGreg.ai. This gives you access to IHL's free and paid research. You can get account coaching, forecasts, and even key strategic details on retailers based on IHL's Sophia, worldview, and proprietary research. JustAskGreg.ai, your home for hard data retail research.